Hey y'all, it's your girl Stephanie. This is Wrestling Color Podcast right here on YouTube. Thumbs up the video, subscribe, follow me on Pinterest, follow me on Instagram, get into all my content, support me. That's free 99. That is FREE 99. Right? Go ahead, subscribe, turn on the bell for notification, and get into what we getting into. I think I done said everything I need to say. Let's get into this, because Kevin Nash, let me tell you something. I've been watching wrestling a long time. I went through the legendary Monday Night Wars, and it's going to be a lot, because this topic of old heads, and I'm considered, according to my kids that I work with, elderly at 42. They think I'm fucking senior citizen, and I'm more hip than they are. But old heads talk too fucking much. Old heads is what keeps society from not getting ahead. Old heads need to shut the fuck up and move to the side. Let me tell you about old heads. Old heads are so fucking bad that they run Congress, and it's one of the oldest fucking bodies of legislature in the 245-year history of the United States. Everybody in Congress was born between 1900 and 1940. Old fucking heads. That's why we got all these fucking rollback policies. All of this bullshit can't get ahead. Everything's old. Everything's confused. I was even thinking about this yesterday. When somebody said, when you ask old people how it was back in the day, and they tell you some bullshit, like you don't got eyes and everything isn't recorded and shot in Technicolor and sound vision. They lived through Norman Rockwell paintings. And what am I talking about? Thanksgiving. Norman Rockwell is a famous white painter from back in the day. And he would make all these, Americana is the genre. And he would make these fabulous paintings, right? And there's a painting of, two paintings I'm going to talk about. One from Thanksgiving and one from Ruby Bridges. And when you ask old heads how it was back in the day, they'll tell you some fabulous shit. Oh, we used to sit around a table and grandma used to pull out the turkey and we cut it and said thank you. When in reality, grandma dead, dad was a drunk, knocking mama between the tub and the toilet. The kids was slow, couldn't read. You had to walk 32 miles to get to school. You didn't have working plumbing in the outhouse. You ate beans and soda bread and made fucking 7-Up, Sprite, water cakes, right? But because Norman Rockwell made this painting, you were able to get transported into the painting and tell a bunch of lies now that you're 75 years old. Or when we talk about the history of racism in this country and we see Norman Rockwell made a painting of Ruby Bridges, it's almost as if everybody forgot the two U.S. Marshals that are standing beside the little black girl in the painting, walking her into the school. Only thing Norman Rockwell failed to do was put the crowd in the background that wanted to murder the child and lynch her right where she stood. She was 5 years old. But when you see that painting, people are like, oh, well, we did the best we could with what we had. Old heads. The only other profession where old heads rear their fucking ugly head is sports. Motherfuckers don't know how to move over. You got a new young upstart coming, and it's some old motherfucker that still want to dunk to his knees and quads and shit blow out. Or hip hop. Old heads got something to say about what the young people doing. You don't gotta like the motherfucking music right now. But for every Lotto, there was a Little Kim. For every I don't even fucking know. There was LL Cool J singing about pussy, just the way the NBA Youngboy and them sing about pussy and running drugs. I don't understand where everyone thinks motherfuckers are so original. They aren't. Shit gets stolen every day, even if you got a watermark. People on Twitter on TikTok talking about their stuff got stolen and try to watermark it. Somebody will steal it right where they stand, right in front of your face, and upload it like it's theirs until everybody blow it up and let you know. So what we talking about? Kevin Nash. I said, let me go listen to what he got to say. This motherfucker sounded like such a hardcore hater. It literally made my stomach hurt that he was hating so fucking hard outside the club. My dude, you was in the club already. Matter of fact, you was in the clique. Your name of your podcast is Click This. You won't let it go. You sitting there with this big ass white beard. Beautiful, you made it. Then your other friend didn't make it. You made it. And instead of you trying to understand what LA Knight is trying to do, you proceeded to sound like, get off my lawn, you little motherfucker. Listen to him. Listen to him, y'all.
We're scrolling down through the roster right now. Those of you listening, we're looking for tomorrow's Hulk Hogan or tomorrow's Roman Reigns.
Okay, LA Knight. There he is. Go back.
Now, before we go, why are you looking for tomorrow's Hulk Hogan or tomorrow's Roman? First of all, we can look for the next Roman Reigns. That's fine. Hulk Hogan? So you looking for a adulterous, incestuous ass racist tomorrow's? That's where they fucked up the first time. Okay, they already fucking up right in the beginning of the podcast. Let's keep going.
Back.
Yeah, LA Knight.
LA Knight. Pull that motherfucker out.
Look how you talking about the man. Look at him. He mad.
Am I the only one that sees like an absolute rip-off of The Rock?
Look how mad he is.
To the point where he cut the promo on fucking Logan Paul or whatever the fuck his name is. He said, stick your eye. The only thing he didn't do was turn the motherfucker sideways.
So The Rock is the only person that turns shit sideways and shoves it up your ass. So because The Rock spent a good part of maybe 10 years, we'll say, not even 10 years, probably about 5 years of his career telling people he's gonna turn shit sideways and stick it up their candy asses, that this guy can't stick nothing up nobody's ass no more. So sticking stuff up people's ass is off limits because The Rock does it. Okay, Kevin, what else you got?
Jesus Christ, you got what is everybody have amnesia?
I ask that all the time.
There's nothing original. Oh man, his fucking promos. Finally, LA Knight has come back as a white guy.
Look, and then in the next 5 minutes, why is everything about race? What are you talking about, Kevin? You know what it is? It's because LA Knight got himself over. That's what it is. It's because LA Knight didn't have to do all of the shit Kevin Nash and the clique had to do in order to get more money. Look, I'm not mad about that. They the ones that opened the door for people to negotiate and get more money. In order to get more money, they couldn't bust loose in WWE. So they end up going to WWCW and doing all that bullshit they was doing over there. LA Knight went from all of the things he did to WWE and get his own self over, and I think Kevin Nash is bitter about it. I think bitter is the term. Let's finish.
Fucking uncle. If Money in the Bank, if you don't put that Money in the Bank in Paul's hand,
Logan Paul,
so you can fucking the rest of the year fucking say, oh fuck yeah, but a wild card is, will Logan Paul be there?
He may show up.
Yeah, if you don't get some mileage out of that, then fucking uncle. And I don't know this fucking guy, LA Knight. I don't know him, but I'll tell you one thing, man.
I see the eyebrow. I'll tell you that.
I got a text message from him. I'm just going to read what it says.
Here comes the dad joke.
Hey, Nash, I know you don't know me. I've got an idea of this character. He's called the Scorpion King.
Okay, so he's doing a dad joke. So, I don't know. He doesn't know him. He's called him all out his name. He's very angry and disgruntled. Like old fucking heads. He sounds like a stone cold hater. Listen, we're not going to sit here and act like everybody didn't take something from everybody. Because if that's the case, we wouldn't have colonization, right? Because you took something from other people who were already here. So let's go to Booker T. And you know Booker T worked my nerves. But Booker T actually made some good points. So here we go. I mean, you could look at it from a couple of different ways, I guess. You could say, well, he's ripped off a lot of Stone Cold Steve Austin, right? He's got a lot of Rock's cadence. Yeah, I can see that. But I don't look at it as being a ripoff or anything like that, because, you know, I look at myself, for instance. For me, five times, I look at myself, and I definitely took a lot of things from a lot of different wrestlers and kind of like mashed them, you know, into everything that I did, and I called it my own. And I think that's just what wrestlers do, especially good ones, right? So, like, look, can you imagine? Okay, just say for instance, LA Knight went out and modeled act of Brady Boone. Okay, nobody didn't know who he was. Okay. No, I'm serious. Barry Horowitz. I love Barry Horowitz. But just imagine if LA Knight came out giving himself a pat on the back. You know what I mean? Pause. Tommaso Ciampa and that other short dude from Cleveland, I forgot his name, they pat themselves on the back every time they do something great. And I ain't hear nobody yell Barry Horowitz. They stole Barry Horowitz's whole spiel. Funny how that works. Let's continue, Booker. Well, that's Barry Horowitz. He never got over with that. You know what I mean? So if I'm going to do something, I'm going to do something that guy got over doing. So I mean, I think it's just normal. I think it's natural. I could be wrong here, but I think that's just the way, you know, the blueprint is already there. Just look at Hulk Hogan. Okay, before Hulk Hogan, there was Jesse the Body. Before Jesse the Body, there was Superstar Billy Graham. All those guys are the same guys. You know, Ric Flair. Do you know how many guys tried? Terry Taylor tried to be Ric Flair one time. There was a guy by the name of Nature Boy, Buddy Lindell, who tried to look exactly like Ric Flair. So I think that's just what wrestling is. It's always going to be that way. Yeah, I mean, I got a young kid in my school right now doing a sidekick, you know, which is funny because Alicia Fox is coming back, and she took the scissor leg kick from Booker T when she was talking about her podcast, and she said she wanted to do justice to it. She didn't want to just, you know, take it. She put her little spin on it. See what I'm saying? We don't got rock bottoms no more. We got manhandle slams. We got Bailey the Bellies. We got, you name it. Same fucking wrestling moves. And first of all, if you go listen to LA Knight's just having regular interview conversation, it's just the way he fucking sounds. Like, I don't know what he's supposed to do about that. That's how he sounds. And to wrap this up about The Rock, let's just be fucking clear. When The Rock came out, The Rock was not leaning into that vibrato that he was given. The Rock got that vibrato from hanging out with the Nation of Domination, which is a bunch of black dudes, okay? Because The Rock ain't that dude. He leaned into that shit, watched a bunch of hip-hoppers, came out there with a fucking Versace suit, some silk pants, talking about, hey, Joe Blow, and getting all into that masculine black dude shit, and ain't nobody can tell me nothing different. I literally watched The Rock transform, and outside of that, he's just a regular nice guy. Yeah. I remember they put The Rock on the cover of Essence magazine, child, and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, now why the fuck they got this man on Essence magazine advertising him toward black women, knowing full well this man is not into black women, let alone ever slept with one. And I knew he didn't do it because when I read the article, they said, what do you like about black women? He told me, I like their strength, and I like how they talk, and I like the way they move. You don't like shit. And I wonder, I'm not going to expect him to. His mama Samoan. Even though he didn't marry Samoan women, he married a Cuban and couldn't even go home to her. That's a whole nother conversation. Okay? Rocky Johnson came out soul man. Rock didn't have no soul in him. He had to get that shit put into him from Lawrence Simmons and the rest of them. So that was something he got and honed. Because if it wasn't for Nation Domination, that run he did with them, there would not be The Rock. Okay? It was Rocky Maivia. Got booed out the goddamn building. oh, I was there to see the shit on TV. Alright? So what we saying? Kevin Nash is a fucking hater. Move your ass to the side and let LA Knight, who no, he is not a spring chicken, but he also ain't no old ass dude. Let him do what the fuck he doing. LA Knight, yeah, we like it. We want to yell it. We want to watch him come out in his patent leather shoes and his leather zip up vest jacket. Do his moves, and we want to have a good time. If we want to see Kevin Nash, we'll go to the WWE archives, and then we'll pull up WCW and watch you throw all that beautiful blonde hair and do a big boot and stand up and do the clicks with your fingers. That's what we'll do. And then we'll watch you do a nice regular ass promo. We gonna whip your ass, and then move the fuck on. Okay? Stop hating. If it ain't the Undertaker talking about in my day, we used to stab each other in the bar after a good wrestling match and snort 12 pounds of coke. Now these youngsters, they want to play video games and have a family. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, be for real. There's nothing wrong with what's going on nowadays. People are more recognizing they have their mental health. They know what they can get. They know their worth. And they're not going to let nobody run them over, Mr. Nash. So stop doing that. Old heads need to move out the way. Before it was twerking, it was doing the butt. Before it was the WAP, it was the other thing. Dances evolve. People evolve. If he is pulling something from The Rock, that's fucking good. If it's going to get over, these kids ain't about to watch 2 years of the Attitude Era. Y'all think the Attitude Era lasted 10 years. Some of y'all weren't even born. It lasted for 2-3 years tops. And that was some of the worst fucking TV ever. But I was a teenager, damn near coming into teenage years. It was a good time for me. Let these kids enjoy fucking wrestling the way they want to enjoy it. Kevin Nash and the old heads hating. You a Hall of Famer. Come up with some other shit. Give him some tips. Don't sit there going, you call him all kind of motherfuckers and stuff, going nuts. I couldn't believe it. Mad because the man got himself over and then got to go through all that shit you got to go through. And you know it's bad when I'm sitting here agreeing with Booker T. But you know what they say? A dead clock is right at least 2 times a day. Alright, y'all. Hit me in the comments. Tell me what you think. See you on the next one.